Young Thug just told Ralo to be quiet and stop talking reckless. Months of non-stop back and forth, wild accusations, leaked interrogation clips, and intense interviews finally pushed things over the edge. Thug snapped and called him out directly, making it clear he had enough. Since August 2025, both rappers have been throwing the same serious claims at each other. Each one says they've got proof, and now the whole Atlanta rap scene is choosing sides like it's a full-on showdown. This is how Young Thug clapped back at Ralo's snitch accusations, and why this situation might turn into the messiest fallout from the YSL RICO case yet. But before getting into all that drama, it's important to understand who Ralo really is, because a lot of people only recognize his name because of this situation. Terrell Davis, born February 12, 1991, grew up in one of Atlanta's toughest areas, known as the Bluff. His early life wasn't smooth at all, with multiple prison stints happening before he ever stepped near a studio. But when he finally jumped into music around 2015, he brought real-life experience that made him stand out instantly. He started gaining attention with tracks like Can't Lie featuring Future, and projects like American Gangster and Diary of the Streets helped him build a strong name step by step. In 2016, Cash Money Records signed him through Birdman, and by 2017, his link with Gucci Mane got him connected to 1017 Eskimo Records. But music wasn't the only lane Ralo was active in, because he was also working closely with some of Atlanta's biggest artists, including Young Thug. Ralo himself even spoke on how important those connections were when he said, quote, "Collaborating with guys like Thug and Yachty helped me to break into the blogs and mainstream media. I already had the streets locked." That statement says a lot, because these two weren't just random artists crossing paths. There was a real bond there, something solid. They worked together on several tracks, including Flexing on Purpose with Young Thug, Lil Uzi Vert, and 21 Savage. Then there's I Know Let It Go and Young Ninema with Lil Yachty and Lil Uzi Vert. That shared history is exactly why this situation feels so intense, because this isn't strangers arguing. This is two people who were once close, now throwing serious accusations at each other. Back in April 2018, everything took a sharp turn for Ralo. Authorities arrested him at DeKalb Peachtree Airport after discovering around 964 pounds of marijuana connected to 2 private jets tied to him. That's nearly 1,000 pounds, with an estimated value close to $1.84 million, which made the case massive right away. Federal charges quickly followed, including conspiracy to distribute controlled substances, firearm-related charges, money laundering, and racketeering. In 2019, prosecutors offered Ralo a 5-year plea deal, but he turned it down, choosing instead to fight the case head-on. That decision didn't go the way he expected. Reports later revealed he was allegedly coordinating illegal activity while in custody using an Apple Watch, which led to his bond being revoked immediately. That move changed everything, leaving him with very limited options. Eventually, in March 2022, he pled guilty and was sentenced to 97 months, which is a little over 8 years. After serving around 5.5 years, that chapter became a major turning point in his story. He was released to a halfway house in October 2023 and officially walked free on November 8, 2023. Those dates are important because they later became a key part of Ralo's defense when responding to Thug's accusations. Then May 9, 2022 flipped everything upside down for Young Thug. A massive 56-count RICO indictment hit in Fulton County, Georgia, naming 28 alleged YSL members, with Thug right at the center of it all. Prosecutors claimed YSL, meaning Young Stoner Life, wasn't just a music label, but an organized street group tied to serious illegal activity dating back to 2012. The case quickly turned into one of the longest trials Georgia has ever seen, keeping everyone watching closely. December 2022 brought one of the most talked about moments when Gunna, one of Thug's closest collaborators, accepted a plea deal and was released after about a year. That move sparked a lot of debate, with many people believing he cooperated to secure his freedom. Thug didn't take that lightly and made it clear he was distancing himself from Gunna after that. That situation shaped Thug's image in a major way. He positioned himself as someone who wouldn't accept cooperation with authorities, standing firm on his principles and calling out what he saw as disloyal moves. Then came Halloween night, October 31st, 2024, when Young Thug finally accepted a plea deal. He entered 6 guilty pleas and 2 no-contest pleas, adding up to a 40-year sentence on paper. But the structure of that deal changed everything in reality. With over 900 days already served, counting as 5 years, he was credited for that time. He then received 15 years of probation with another 20 years set aside, meaning he would only serve that if he violates the terms. Freedom came that same night, but it wasn't without limits. A 10-year ban from Metro Atlanta was part of the deal, adding a serious restriction to his release. Then, August 27, 2025, set everything off. A nearly 2-hour audio clip of Young Thug speaking with police during the 2015 interrogation suddenly went viral across X and YouTube. The recording had actually surfaced earlier in November 2023, but this time it spread fast and hit way harder. Bloggers and DJ academics pushed it back into the spotlight, and the internet ran with it instantly. In the clip, Thug was talking about Pee Wee Roscoe, a YSL affiliate connected to the 2015 incident involving Lil Wayne's tour bus. The key moment had people locked in. He said, "Roscoe, but I don't want to block out y'all's case by saying Roscoe ain't do that." That line raised eyebrows everywhere. To a lot of listeners, it sounded like Thug was confirming Roscoe's involvement, and the reaction was immediate. People started calling out what looked like a contradiction. This was the same Young Thug who distanced himself from Gunna over a plea deal, the same person who built his image on not cooperating. Now, suddenly, this clip had people questioning everything, wondering if there was more to the story than what was said publicly. Thug didn't stay quiet for long. He responded on X, writing, "They didn't play my interrogation video in court because I helped my brother. #ratware." His point was clear. If he actually cooperated, that footage would have been used in court during the YSL case. He said Thug handled it the way someone solid would, stayed quiet and kept it real. But in the middle of defending him, Roscoe made a huge mistake that changed everything. He called out Ralo, Gunna, and YSL Duke as the ones cooperating, dragging Ralo straight into the spotlight and setting off a whole new wave of drama. August 28, 2025, Ralo fired back, and he did not hold back at all. He jumped on Instagram first, taking a shot at Pee Wee Roscoe, saying, "Pee Wee, you forgot this one. Now come give me one so I can beat your broke attention." The message was direct and aggressive, making it clear he was ready for whatever came next. Then, Ralo turned his focus on Young Thug and took things to X, dropping a statement that instantly lit up the entire rap world. He wrote, "Will Baca lied to the feds for, and you still called Lil Baby and told him to cut me off because I wasn't right. So now you gonna have to go through what me and Gunna went through, and we waiting on that gospel album to twin." That one post carried a lot of weight. Ralo admitted he did speak to federal authorities, but claimed he gave them false information on purpose, saying it was meant to mislead, not cooperate. He didn't stop there. Ralo also accused Young Thug of reaching out to Lil Baby and influencing him to distance himself, suggesting his industry connections were being affected behind the scenes. By putting himself in the same conversation as Gunna, someone Thug had already distanced himself from, Ralo was basically saying whatever pressure and backlash happened before was now circling back around, and this time Thug would have to face it head on. Court document screenshots were included in the post, with Ralo claiming they proved his statements to federal agents were made up. According to him, none of it was real information about anyone, and he was trying to make that very clear. Young Thug responded that same day in a clip shared by Say Cheese that quickly passed 5 million views. He didn't hold back at all. He said, "Your friend said you didn't lie. You actually told on real people. You said that somebody actually did something that they was arrested for. I made an honest mistake saying that we sold Lil Wayne weed to try to prove to the detectives that we wasn't beefing with him. See the difference?" He kept going, adding even more pressure. "And let's not forget, you told Fonnie Willis you would take the stand on me and YFN Lucci in our case to get out of jail. I tried to free my mans. You tried to fry yours." That line hit hard and instantly became one of the most talked about moments in this whole situation. That accusation was easily the most explosive part of the entire conflict. Thug was claiming Ralo offered to testify against him and YFN Lucci in exchange for getting out early. If that's true, it completely flips the narrative and puts Ralo in the exact position he's been accusing others of. Ralo didn't stay quiet either and came right back with the same level of intensity. He responded, "Did I tell on him? I went federal. You went Fulton County. I never met Fonnie in my life. Show your proof like I'm showing mine. And FYI, I was one of the only ones screaming hashtag Free Lucci. You thought you was John Gotti. You were a street punk. Let's not forget Big Boo took care of your jaw." That line added even more tension to an already heated situation, pushing things further into personal territory. Looking at it closely, Ralo's defense actually has some logic behind it when you break everything down. There's a clear jurisdiction difference because his case was handled at the federal level, while Young Thug's situation was in Fulton County State Court under District Attorney Fonnie Willis. According to Ralo, he never even crossed paths with him because of that separation. Then there's the timeline issue, which makes things even more complicated for Thug's claims. Ralo was arrested in April 2018, but the YSL RICO case focuses on events from 2021 and 2022. That gap raises a serious question that Ralo keeps pointing out. He said it clearly. How in the hell can I tell the feds in June of 2018 on something that happened in 2021 and 2022? Are you saying I saw a future crime? That point hits hard because it challenges the entire accusation directly. If Ralo was already locked up before those events even happened, it makes people wonder what information he could have possibly given at that time. That detail has become a major talking point in this whole situation. As days passed, this situation grew into something much bigger than just a back and forth online. By August 29, 2025, Ralo appeared on DJ Academic's live stream and went into a long, emotional breakdown, accusing Thug of damaging Atlanta's unity over time. Rich Homie Quan turned the whole world against Rich Homie Quan. Then he turned around and saw Gunna rising past everyone in the industry, and suddenly the whole world turned against Gunna too. He thought he was Pablo Escobar. That accusation hit heavy because Ralo was painting a picture of a pattern, claiming Thug moves against people once they get too big or too close to his level. Things escalated fast on August 30th, 2025. Leaked jail calls between Thug and 21 Savage started spreading online, with conversations that sounded like they were about interfering with Gunna's music rollout. That added a whole new layer to the situation and had people questioning even more. Another leaked call reportedly had Thug speaking on QC CEO Pierre P. Thomas in a negative way, and that response came quick. P jumped on Instagram and said, "Imagine some broke rats like a Thug and Pee-wee trying to run a rat narrative on me." That post immediately grabbed attention and pushed the drama even further. An edited image of a rat with Thug's face followed, making things even more intense online. P also said he was holding back his full story for a QC documentary he claims is worth $20 to $30 million, which only made people more curious about what else might come out. Ralo backed P publicly, posting, "The only thing worse than a person going against family is someone trying to divide the family so they can be the boss." That message added more fuel to an already heated situation and showed where he stood clearly. Public figures like Wack 100 and Charleston White also stepped in, criticizing Thug openly. Then on September 2nd, 2025, Thug's sister entered the conversation, defending her brother on social media and pushing back against Ralo's claims. At that point, this wasn't just personal anymore. Atlanta's hip-hop scene felt split down the middle, with sides forming everywhere. By September 7th and 8th, Young Thug finally delivered his most detailed public response since being released, and people were watching closely to see what he would say next. A nearly 3-hour interview on Perspectives with Big Bank took things to another level. Sitting down face to face, Young Thug doubled down on everything he had been saying about Ralo, making his stance crystal clear. He said, "Man to man, Ralo, I don't care who he told on. I know 100%. Then he followed it up with another line that hit even harder, saying, "You just talking. You just in that situation trying to get out of jail." Those words instantly caught attention and added more pressure to an already intense situation. Even with all the accusations flying, Thug claimed there was no personal issue on his side. He said, "I don't got no problem with Ralo. I'm praying you get out, bro." That contrast made things even more complicated, showing both criticism and concern at the same time. During the interview, Thug listed names he believed had cooperated, including Ralo, Woody, Yak, Gotti, and Gunna. That moment had people talking, but things really shifted when the conversation turned to Gunna. Emotion took over, and Thug became visibly upset while speaking on it. He said, "How can you just do what you did to me and then just go live your life like nothing happened? I done cried many nights over this." That was the first time many people saw how deeply that situation affected him, beyond just music or public image. It made it clear this wasn't only about legal moves or public perception. There was real personal pain involved, and that moment changed how a lot of people viewed the entire situation. Ralo responded on Instagram soon after, saying, "You went on an interview lying and crying. I ain't did nothing to none of you. Paperwork is law. Either you are hating or you're being misled." He stood firm, repeating the same challenge: stop talking and show the documents. That challenge kept echoing as the situation continued to build. Then, on September 7, 2025, it looked like Young Thug was ready to move on when he posted on X, "Chapter ended. To everyone involved in this situation, I'm sorry this is happening, and I hope you guys can forgive me. I'm moving forward with my life. Thank you, God." It sounded like closure, but it didn't last. That chapter didn't end at all, not even close. By March 2026, everything came right back to life. Boosie Badass dropped a list of rappers who declined protective custody while locked up, and Young Thug's name was on it. That sparked a whole new debate about what protective custody means for credibility, pulling in names like Kodak Black and Meek Mill. Young Thug even jumped into the conversation on No Jumper, saying, "PC is smarter though. That might make you look tough, but it can bring problems for your family and kids, and even more charges." That statement stood out because he was basically saying avoiding protective custody just to prove something can backfire in serious ways. Ralo saw that moment and wasted no time responding. He said Thug never stepped into a federal prison yard and started questioning his experience, adding he had that situation at trial and now he think he Escobar. That line stirred things up again instantly. Ralo doubled down on his point, making it clear he served real federal time and faced everything head-on without hiding. He painted himself as someone who stood firm no matter what was being said about him, which only added more tension to the situation. March 12, 2026 is when things reached another breaking point. Young Thug's response started circulating fast, and it was clear he wasn't holding anything back this time. The tone shifted from control to direct, and people immediately noticed the difference. He pushed back hard against everything Ralo had been saying, making it clear he wasn't about to let his name get dragged without a response. The message was simple. He stood on everything he said before and wasn't backing down for anyone. At this stage, the situation wasn't just about who said what anymore. It turned into a battle over credibility, reputation, and who people believed was telling the truth. Fans, bloggers, and even other artists started picking sides, turning the whole thing into a non-stop debate online.
What made it even more intense was how public everything became. Every post, every clip, every response was getting picked apart in real time. One side would drop a statement, and within minutes, the other side was already reacting. Meanwhile, people close to both camps started speaking out too, either defending or questioning what was being said. That only added more layers to the situation, making it harder to tell what was fact and what was just talk. Ralo, STFU, you right though, I'm just saying. Some of us the police already don't like and are quick to put charges on us for anything, so it's a case-by-case situation. But if you act in a certain way, you gotta stand on whatever comes with it. You overly right, but I am too, because they came at me hard and tried everything. That response caught people off guard. Thug told Ralo to be quiet, but at the same time, he actually agreed with part of what Ralo was saying. He even called him overly right about standing on your principles while explaining that his own situation was different because of how heavily he felt targeted. The tone felt completely different from before. The aggressive energy from earlier moments wasn't as strong this time. It came across more like frustration, like someone who's tired of going back and forth but still not willing to let things slide. Just days before that, around March 11th, 2026, Ralo appeared on a live stream with Lil Woody, a key figure connected to the YSL RICO case. During the stream, someone brought up the idea of a sit-down with Young Thug, Gunna, Lil Baby, and YFN Lucci, and Ralo's reaction was intense. He said, "I'm all for it, you can't play games with me." He made it clear he was open to a face-to-face conversation, but his tone suggested it wouldn't be calm if it actually happened. Looking at the bigger picture, this situation goes beyond just two artists arguing online. It's tied into something much deeper. The YSL RICO case didn't just keep Young Thug locked up for over 900 days, it created tension, divided relationships, and left lasting effects that are still playing out right now. That case didn't just impact one person, it shook the entire Atlanta rap scene. It created serious divisions between Thug and Gunna, Thug and QC, Thug and Ralo, and even damaged a lot of other relationships behind the scenes. DJ Academic spoke on it back on August 31st, 2025, saying, "It's always been a whole lot of hate and secret issues and people telling in Atlanta. They did an amazing job for over a decade keeping it quiet, but now it's all over social media." That statement hit hard because it pointed to something bigger than just one situation. That's really the core of everything going on right now. The image of unity in Atlanta has taken a major hit. Things that were once kept private are now fully public, and everyone is watching it unfold in real time. There have been a few small signs that things might not be completely broken forever. On December 3rd, 2025, Lil Baby dropped Superman featuring Young Thug. Early leaked versions of the track reportedly had a line aimed at Gunna, where Thug said, "Only reason I messed with you, Gunna, it was 'cause of the truth." But when the official version came out, that line was completely removed. That might seem like a small detail, but it suggests someone made a decision to calm things down instead of making them worse. It shows that even with all the tension, there could still be some effort behind the scenes to avoid pushing things further apart. Maybe not everything is beyond repair just yet. As of March 2026, though, the situation between Young Thug and Ralo is still unresolved. Ralo says he's open to a face-to-face conversation, but he also made it clear the situation could turn serious if it actually happens. Right now, everything is still hanging in the air. No real resolution, no clear winner, just two sides standing firm and refusing to back down. The tension hasn't cooled off, it's just waiting for the next moment to explode again. What makes this situation different is how deep it goes. This isn't just about music, social media posts, or quick arguments. It's about reputation, loyalty, and things people take seriously in real life, which is why neither side is willing to let it go easily. Fans are still split down the middle, with some backing Thug and others standing with Ralo. Every new clip, every repost, every statement keeps the debate alive, and it doesn't look like people are losing interest anytime soon.
At the same time, there's a bigger question hovering over everything. Can Atlanta's rap scene actually recover from all this tension? Or has too much already been said and done to fix these relationships? Because even if this specific situation between Thug and Ralo somehow gets resolved, the impact has already spread far beyond just them. Lines have been drawn, sides have been chosen, and trust has been tested in a way that doesn't just disappear overnight. For now, all eyes are still on what happens next. Whether it's another response, a surprise sit-down, or something nobody expects, one thing is clear. Thug keeps going back and forth. One moment telling Ralo to be quiet, the next moment actually agreeing with parts of what he's saying, like with the protective custody debate. That back and forth just makes everything even more confusing and keeps people guessing. At the same time, neither side has shown clear proof that settles these accusations once and for all, and that leaves one big question hanging over everything. What really happened? Who actually cooperated? Who gave information? And who isn't telling the full story? Those questions are still wide open, and nobody has been able to close the case in the public eye. It also brings up a deeper issue. Can the so-called street code even hold up when someone is facing serious time in federal or state prison? That pressure changes everything, and this situation shows just how complicated it can get. There's no clean ending here, no clear hero or villain, just two former friends now going at each other, both claiming they're right, both saying they have proof, while the Atlanta rap scene feels the impact of it all. And this situation that kicked off back in August 2025 is still going strong with no real end in sight. If anything, it feels like it could heat up again at any moment. If you made it this far, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and check out the videos on your screen right now for more breakdowns like this.